Yo YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Optic Pred in his new video where he's playing some 8s on sub base, very similar to the MWIII video that you guys went absolutely insane for. We're going to be breaking down his gameplay, showing you why he is one of the best players in the world and how you guys can improve and play like Optic Pred. So sit back, relax, and let's break it down. Now, I don't know if this is pre or post patch because obviously it's the CDL pros. You know, I know they play the CDL on the pre-patch, but I don't know if they play 8s, but we're going to find out how the spawns are working, what they're doing, and yeah, just all that good stuff. So starting off, going to go top snow. P1 obviously is going to get a bit mixy, right? What you want to do is generally you want to start having, you want kind of this side of the map, okay? Now I broke it down in a Toronto Ultra video versus Ravens. The map actually doesn't split left and right. You would think the map would split like left and right. It doesn't really work like that. The way this map specifically works is really weird, especially pre-patch. It actually works up and down. So you have a spawn point around there, then you have a spawn point on this side of the map. So let's kind of go through and see from a first person perspective how Pred plays and just see what you can cook up here. So going through P1, spots a guy in the distance, good shots over. There's one right below him. Okay, there you go. Gets taken out there. Good play from MWIII to get that close angle. When someone's on the top building like that, it's good to get that close angle. He's able to take him out. 20 seconds left here, and you can see he's going to go forward and get the right side. Can we just stop and appreciate the teams for a second? Draza, MWIII, Dashi, and Pred. This is an insane squad right now. Basically an Optic Atlanta phase kind of mix up there. Really insane squad. I just thought I'd give it a little, just speak about it a little bit, just to see if this squad actually formed. It would be ridiculous. Anyways, going forward, P1, there's a guy behind him. Just going to hold this angle. We all know Pred loves to lay down. The man loves a drop shot. Going to go forward, see what he can work with here. And right now, they're just trying to watch the left here. So it's really good heads up play from Pred. Although he lost a gunfight, I like the heads up play. So look at this. With 4 seconds left, and this is how you can use the minimap to your advantage, okay? So with 3 seconds left, the player's off the hill. Now, logically, if we look at P1, if he's not anywhere around here, logically, he has to go there, okay? Instead of going backwards, he's definitely gone up to third, or he's gone all the way around. So Pred assumes he goes left here, goes forward, he's going to chase him, watches the overextension, catches him off guard, but really good play from Hook there. I think the aim assist from the barriers may have messed up Pred there, I'm assuming. I'm just going to defend my boy Pred there, because I think he gets set every other time. Anyways, going over to P2, they got the spawn here, going to go forward, going to watch the right-hand side here, he sees one in the distance, good jump shot, again, gets taken out there by Gwyn, so he's losing a lot of gunfights now, which is quite unfortunate, but you know, it's very early into the game. It's not the end of the world, but 4 go down. Just something I want to speak about, how important spawns are, okay? Let's take a look at this kill feed and see what happens. So as the kills go forward, look what happens. He actually spawns here. So let's just look at this for a second. Number 2 pushes out. He ends up dying. So number 1 here, for example, and he ends up spawning there. Look at the distance, okay? Now, let's say on the other side, let's say, you know, he kills this blue number here. Let's say he kills number 1 here. Number 1's probably going to spawn back here. Look at the distance. This is why spawns are the most important thing in the world when it comes to hardpoint and winning them, okay? Because look at this distance. This might be what, like maybe 10 to 15 seconds to get from there to there, where for number 1 here to get to the hill is like less than 10 seconds. So when you have spawns, look at this, you basically have more waves as a team. So right now you can see we've got more waves as a team. Pred's going to go through, play a different angle, and again, I think he's taking the right routes right now, and this is incredibly important to talk about. I think he's taking the right routes, but he's just losing a few gunfights, and we all know he fries at the end of this lobby. Obviously it's on his YouTube. I think he turns up, I think he gets like 40 kills, but the point is sometimes you can be playing okay and maybe your timing slightly off, or you're just losing some gunfights. So don't worry too much. Don't change your whole game plan if it's not working in the first minute, because imagine right now Pred changes everything, it might cost him. So look at this, really good play here. Now P2 is done. They're down by about 35 points. He's going to go forward. Instead of pushing it, he's actually slowing his pacing down slightly. He's going to watch the cross through. He knows that on P2, what they're going to do is they're going to go through and try to get to the catwalk area to get to the top snow. So he's actually going to hold that. Really good play from him, and he's going to be able to take out 1. So he's going to go through, takes out 1, jumps across it again, playing prone, taking his time, and really just trying to go for his second kill. I love this play from Pred here. So really good use of equipment. So he's going to go through, chuck a stun, wait for the stun, slide across, get that kill. Really good use of equipment. Nice 2-piece, and he gets the 3rd. Fantastic play. So now he gets a 3-piece. Let's see where he spawns. So he actually spawns at the back. So as I mentioned, right, this is why it's so important. There were 3 players in blue, okay, 3 players from the other team. Pred by himself. Forget the arrows for a second, because I'm just going to show you what I mean. He goes through and he gets a 3-piece, okay? Then he gets traded by the 4th. So this is the scenario left. These 3 are dead. Pred's dead. The last guy's up. Now these 3 players, they're probably going to spawn either tunnel, you know, like back tunnel area, or maybe back P5. The point is, it's going to take them about 20 seconds to wrap around and get P3, whatever way they go, through middle, through the left, whatever they do is going to take them some time. Pred spawning back here, he's spawning 3 seconds away. So as I mentioned on P2, spawns are everything. Spawns are so important because now what he's done is he's basically backed the team away. So I think they're now going to be approaching middle map, but they're not there yet. So that you can see right now, they have a really good setup. There you go. There's Gwyn. He approaches the right. There you go. So look at Hook. Hook comes, as I mentioned, probably through tunnel, and he starts pushing through middle map. So just holding spawns gives you so much leverage in the game because you have so many more waves of pushes against you. Same thing, Pred dies. Guess what? He spawns at the back of the hill. Really important stuff to hold the spawns. And there you go, Draza with 2, Dashy with 1. And when you have Slayers on your team, it just makes everyone's job easier. So right now, 3 go down. He's going to watch the top pair. And he's just going to go over, you know, he sees Illy, takes him out, great play, 30 seconds left here. What you want to start to do, with about 30 seconds, you want to start to transition to the other side, okay? So P4 is a big money hill. So now there's about 30 seconds left. You actually don't really want anyone holding the back. You want to hold the hill from this area here. So if you can, in an ideal situation, you have the enemy team spawning here. You stand here, for example, you stand here, you get the hill, and then you have your teammates already rotating, okay? So that's what you kind of want to do. You kind of want to hold P3 from the front when about 20-25 seconds left, and you want to start rotating to P4. That would be an ideal situation. And you can see right now, Pred's kind of setting up for that. He's going forward. Great shots there to take out Hook. Fantastic shots. Gets a 2-piece. And now with 15 seconds left, you see he's going to go forward, and he's going to start to rotate to P4. So this is good. You know, they got the old spawns. He's going to go forward. He gets taken out by Hook. I personally want him to rotate a little bit earlier. If that's me, you know, if I'm watching Pred, I'm like, maybe he could rotate a little bit earlier there, but not the end of the world. Goes forward, and now let's see what he does. So he was actually going to go top server there, which I actually like, top snow, and I think it's a really good play. So right now, let's take a look at the minimap and really break this hard point down. Now, what can you do in this scenario? So you guys know when you play this, it's a very difficult hill to break sometimes, okay? Because people sitting on the hill, let's say they've got a setup like this, they can just watch the crosses, and you really have to push through the front, you know, with nades and stuns. It can get very mixy. So with 3 people on Pred's team right now pushing the front, I think the play here is the player at the back. The player at the back is everything, okay? Because he can make all the noise. Right now, let's just assume they have a 3-man setup on hill, okay? Let's just assume they have a 3-man watching front, and they have 1 watching flank, okay? If Dashy or whoever's on the flank gets this kill, what's going to happen is this player will then have to back off and hold the flank, okay? Once he holds off, it's now a 3 versus 2 on the hill, and that's how you can use numbers to your advantage. So it's all going to come down to this play. So they go through, first of all, good use of equipment, okay? Great use of equipment. There you go. The trophy goes through, and just as I mentioned, look at this play from Draza. Fantastic play from Draza, okay? So I'm not sure if Draza's the player behind or on the flank, but I believe he's the player on the flank. There you go. I think he is the player on the flank. So Draza goes through, gets a 2-piece. Now Pred's going to push through. Pred's going to turn around, watch the front here, takes him out. As soon as he takes him out, he's going to back off. Really good play. Backs off, gets a 2-piece. Now look at the minimap, okay? With these 2 players here, whatever players they are, well, let's kind of change the arrows here just to help you out a little bit. With these 2 players here watching the front like this, they're both watching the front like this. What that tells Pred, it gives Pred all the information to watch the back door, okay? Because the 2 players are watching the front, Pred knows, okay, hang on, my teammate's watching behind me. They're watching the front. All I need to do is sit with Draza on the hill and watch the back. So they're going to go through, they're going to watch the back. He sees 1, really good shots there, gets taken out, and I think right there he got, it's not aggressive, but you know, he's just trying to shoot extra and just take out the guy in the head glitch. Ideally, maybe he snaps back to the other door, but again, not the end of the world. He's doing really good right now. Goes through his guy on the right, takes him out, and he's just going to probably chuck his equipment here. So right now, there you go. So you can chuck his equipment. Now, with only 2 trophy systems, the pros play a lot different to most 8 lobbies. When you play 8, there's going to be constant trophy systems, but the pros only play with 2, okay? Which in my opinion is a lot better, a lot more methodical. There he is. Right now, you see he takes out 1. He's going to chuck a stun on the wall and chuck a nade at that back wall. He knows that the opponent is on the other side of this wall, okay? So what you want to do is chuck your grenade there. Really good nade is going to be very effective, and it actually doesn't kill him, but it pushes him out to the left. They go through, and he's able to get the last 5 seconds. Again, look how he challenges his gunfights. I want you to notice something. Even though he's a sub player, look how he challenges his gunfights. Goes through, gets 1 with an AR, backs off, next gunfight again, jumps again, okay? Constantly jumping to make yourself have the advantage is one of the easiest ways you guys can improve. No matter if you play sub, play AR, and if you guys don't have a scarf, I recommend playing playing on stick and move, something a BZ does, I believe, and it's a very effective way of jumping without having to get a scuff. If you have a scuff, then obviously just use your paddles, but I always recommend people to jump. It's very, very effective because it makes them harder to hit you. It makes it easier for you to get more shots off. Just a really good way to getting more kills, and you're seeing right now with Optic Pred. Although they had a pretty decent P2, P3 setup, the other team doing a really good job of just controlling the game right now, okay? They're still down by 40. 3 go down, and it all comes down to this. Who's going to take over the right-hand side here? Who's going to take over this P5? So 20 seconds left. You're going to go forward. He spots one in the window. So right there, I think he just did a really good job of tracking his opponent. So look at this. He sees a boozer go through behind this wall. Now, logically, a boozer is going to carry on running on the same trajectory, okay? So he's going to carry on running straight. So right now, look what he's doing. He's going to track his shots, go forward, track a boozer, take him out, back off, and he knows they're going to spawn tunnel. So there you go. He watches tunnel, and he tries to take them out. Although he doesn't get the kill, he had the right idea there. Going forward, it's a new hardpoint. It's going to pop. He sees Hook on the head glitch, get some pre-fires off, but unfortunately, there's 2 of them there. Who can really get the trade? And so far, very, very even game. Very, very good game going back and forward. Now, why aren't they winning? What do I think they could do? Honestly, I think they just few their setups they're getting. I don't think there's been any clean setups from either team, to be honest. It's been very scrappy, and that's why the game's quite close. Although the other team had a bit more, I think that came in, you know, maybe the first few hard points, to be honest, like that P4 as well. Like, I don't know, the other team just had a slight better rotation system than this team. I feel like Pred and the boys right now, they're kind of bailing themselves out with their gun skill, and overall they're losing a lot of easy gunfights here. But he goes forward. When I say easy, I mean relative to what they can do. I'm gonna stop waffling now. Let's back off and see what they're saying. Okay, it's like 5 in the morning. I apologize for waffling. Gonna go through. Pred, go to the top here. What's happening? Takes out one straight away, slides to the head glitch. Make sure you use that natural cover to your advantage. Very, very important. Goes through, senses on the second, takes him out. Okay, now they've got a 4-piece. This is the time to play for the spawns. This is the time to get mixy and make sure you guys have the spawns for the next hardpoint. He's going to go through, and he now knows they're spawning tunnel. Going to turn around and instantly watch behind him, okay? This is about reading the spawns and identifying the gaps in the setup. There you go. So, me personally, I think right here, I think this is where you just go. Honestly, I think this is where you full send it, okay? So we're on P1 right now. And what we spoke about earlier, you want P2 and P3 spawns. So right now with 4 down, if I'm Pred up here, I'm actually just swinging it across. I'm literally going across, I'm jumping across, and I'm just watching this area, and I'm trying to finesse in case they spawn here, and I'm trying to get the spawns already. But what he did is he first turned around, he was trying to identify the spawn point. Because 4 go down, sometimes it's a bit random of where they're going to spawn. So I see what he was doing there. He chucks a stun to kind of fill out the gap. He turns around, and he's just trying to sniff out the spawns right now. But with 20 seconds left, honestly, I think a rotation's probably better, and you see that's what he's doing now. So again, nothing wrong with this play. I maybe would have done it 3 to 5 seconds earlier, but it's still going to work out perfectly. Now look what he's doing. He's going on the outer skirts. So important. As he's pushing through, his teammates get a 3-piece. What's going to happen is these players now that were going to spawn back here, because Pred's making the play, they now should spawn back here. If Pred's team's pushed in the right position, they should spawn on the other side of the map here, which is going to allow the blue team to get control of P2. That's why it's so important to get kills, but also have someone on the rotation. And now you're seeing exactly that. He's going to go forward, and now he knows, okay, he's the last one up. So Pred's the last one up. And at this scenario, you kind of have to be patient. You kind of have to wait and just try to make a play. You don't want to die here. So he's going to go free, spots 1, P1, takes him out. And just like that, we're going to look at the mini map, and where's his teammate spawning? Okay, perfect. So his teammate spawned on the right now, and they know they now have spawns. So I think it's really good heads up play from Pred, and this is so important, okay? The last, what, 45 seconds? He hasn't really got anything in terms of kills on the minimap. He hasn't really got any kills, but what he's done more than anything, which has been so important, is he's had minimap control. He's had the power positions, he's had the rotations, and I think that's so important that people don't see on the kill feed is those plays right there, okay? So right there you can see he got so many rotations, so many spawns, so much map control on the left, but he didn't really get any kills. So very important sometimes to not just look at the kill feed, not just look at the scoreboard, but really identify who's picking up the gaps, stuff like that. Because I just think people always look at the score, and it's unfair for the players that, you know, do the dirty work. But anyways, going over here into P2, they're going to hold a lot of time here, and you can see the kill feed consistently green, but there's a small problem. The problem is the player at the back is not blocking the spawns. I don't know how, because he's right there, but look at that. They're going to spawn on him, okay? Dashy takes out one, Hook's going to go through, and now Pred's going to make a play. He's looking at his weapon, and I love this play. This is such a heads up play from Pred. Let's back off a little bit. So right now you're going to see a really big heads up play from Pred, okay? 4 go down, he's going to push forward, he's going to go up the ladder. As soon as he identifies the 2 players in the back, he's actually going to reroute himself, and I really like this play. Instead of going up the ladder and fighting an AR battle, he's going to push through with an SMG, go round, and he just makes the play a lot closer. Now he's in a gunfight where the submachine gun has the advantage, and I think it's really important that people play to the advantage using their weapons. He's going to go forward, take out one, reposition, and go back around. But you can see right now the gunfight's a lot more close range. I think it's a really effective way of playing. So really good stuff from Pred there. He's not going to just overcommit to the AR gunfights. He's going to back off, use some machine gun gunfights. Again, looks out the window here, sees one, going to slide across, backs across to himself, gets taken out. That's quite unfortunate, but I think he played that pretty well. 127 here. Okay, time for the cruise. Let's see what the cruise is what he's working with. Okay, so 2 people hold hardpoint, and something I just noticed, which is really interesting, is where they spawned. Okay, so like we spoke about earlier, when you have spawns here on the hill, they actually end up spawning this P5 area. So if you just see right here, if you pay attention, when he uses that cruise missile, look what happens here. So that's 2 there. The 3rd, he just spawns there. So he basically spawns that mid alley there, and there you go. Okay, I don't know what happened there. He kind of trolled. I'm not gonna lie to you. He probably should have got that guy. I have no idea what happened there. But anyways, he gets the intel, goes forward, and yeah, just thought it was interesting that we saw the spawn point in action, and it's kind of something we predicted, right, with that spawn. So he goes through, gets a 2-piece, and just like that, man, they're back in the game. They got the rotation there. 30 seconds left. They're going to try to get the rest of this hill, but at the same time worry about the next rotation. So as they go forward, they're kind of doing what I spoke about, of they're not overcommitting for the spawns, but at the same time, I think right now you just need to rotate. I think you really need to rotate. You can see he's kind of watching the overextension, but if it's me again, I kind of want somebody on the rotation here, just because I think it's so important to set up for that P4. I think you get so much time there. But Pred's kind of watching the off angle, which is okay. His team ends up rotating, so again, not the end of the world here, but just bearing in mind you do need someone on the rotation, and this is pretty good. I actually am very confident when someone plays like this. I'm very happy that I think they're going to make a play. Right now, if your teammates have the hill, I really like someone sitting here, okay? When you sit in this corner, where is it? He was sitting in this corner. Let me back off a little bit. The reason why I think that corner is so effective, I honestly think it's a guaranteed kill. Especially if, okay, let's say if the red team's coming from this side. What Pred's doing right now, Pred is a blue player essentially, and he's standing here. I think you get so much intel, it's crazy. You tell your team, just watch the back. You tell them you have the whole front, and look at this. He's got one. He takes him out. Now that he gets that kill, he's going to reposition. But I think MWIII made the god play right there. MWIII kills Draza in the spawn. Now I'm very confident Pred's going to spawn out. There you go. So I think this is so important to talk about. Okay, let me back off and show you what I mean. Right now, I'm going to discuss something that's really important, okay? I think it's about pushing out effectively in competitive Call of Duty. So right now, you can see Pred. He's in a really good spot, okay? Because he's pushed out, he's watching the P4, and he basically has control of the front of the hill. So if any opponent pushes through, he can control this whole area, okay? So he's in a really good spot. But the problem is this. Look at this. Once he gets a kill, I want you to pay attention to the minimap. MWIII has just killed Draza on the other side. So MWIII has just killed Draza over here. So what that means is, now that Draza has lost the spawns and Pred has died, Pred is now going to spawn out. So because MWIII made the play there, the play that Pred made didn't really become as effective, okay? So it's really important when you're going to push out to make sure your team is still holding spawns, because if you do die, you will spawn on the other side of the map. So I think it's really important right there to make sure you're pushing effectively, okay? So you did a really good job playing the kills there, but sometimes you have to look at the minimap and realize, okay, you might be making the right play. The reason I'm going on about this is because sometimes I think people make the play, they think it's the wrong play, but it's actually the right play. It just depends on what your teammates are doing, and vice versa. Sometimes you might make a terrible play, but your teammates might have bailed you out. Call of Duty is a team game, okay? All 4 people have to have some sort of impact on the map. So sometimes it's not just what you do, it's about what everyone's doing and identifying those gaps. Goes through Hook with a fantastic 2-piece on the hill there, and honestly, that's just bought them a lot of time there with Hook, because without that 2-piece, without this hill right now, I think the game's going to be blown away. But getting back into it, straight away, okay, when you're pushing from the front like this, you just want every single person on your team just spamming equipment, just spam equipment, especially with only 2 trophy systems. You just want to spam equipment, because that's 8 pieces of equipment jumping on the hill. Once you have 8 pieces of equipment on the hill, it's pretty hard for them to stop it, okay? So you want to go through, he gets a great read there, takes out one, going to back off, goes towards the second, and again, Pred's making so many plays right now that just shows his understanding of the game. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I know it sounds a bit stupid because every pro understands the game, but I think Pred specifically on this map, he's getting the kills, but more importantly, he's making so many plays for the routes, okay? I'm really liking the way he's playing, the routes he's taking, the positions he's picking up. I just think he's doing a really good job, and I'm a huge Optic Texas fan, as you guys know. Every single video I mentioned it, probably once a video, but yeah, he's just a really good addition to the team because I think he makes the plays and he gets the kills. So I just think he's a really, really vital player, okay? He's kind of reminds me of MWIII in terms of the plays he makes sometimes, but he's just a more of a consistent slayer in my opinion. And we all know how good MWIII was on that team. I think Pred will just be MWIII on another level in terms of the consistent slaying. We've been seeing MWIII right now kind of piece, but you know, I'm talking about consistently every single series. You know, with Pred, you're getting a very, very consistent high killing player. But he goes forward here, and I know people might take that out of context, I'm comparing MWIII to Pred. I'm talking about in terms of he's a very, very smart player, very good at rotations, very good at search and destroy. I think he's just an up, like, you know, I think he's just an MWIII at his best, essentially. But anyways, let's move on here. Going forward, 20 points clear right now. They're going to go through again, and you see he's going to go to the left here, going to back off. They know he's someone tunnel, going to watch tunnel, and at this point right now, once he gets his kill, he knows someone might have snuck through the left. As we spoke about earlier, he knows that they spawn tunnel, but someone could easily sneak through the left, okay? He knows someone could come through here, they could come through the stairs, so he's kind of just playing for that second person. And again, this is what I mean by really smart player. As I say that, he almost nades himself, that would have been awkward. But yeah, goes through, watches the left here, and he's just taking the routes, he's making the plays, watching the overextension. I think this is a really good POV of someone who's not playing on the hill, but he's playing around the hill, and he's not actually kill horroring at all, to be honest with you. I thought this would be a bit more of a kill horry performance where he's really going for kills, really pushing lanes. He's actually doing the opposite. He's actually playing very, very composed, very like laid back in terms of the positions, and he's doing a really good job of just cleaning up easy kills. And I think this is a really, really clean performance from Pred. Goes forward, now he's getting aggressive, so you can see the pacing is definitely switching up here. Goes forward, takes out one, 10 seconds left. Now in terms of this, okay, again, when is this a problem and when is this not a problem, right? This kill right here, perfect. But this play right here, if your team does not have P2 spawns, this is a problem. Pred pushing this player here is a phenomenal play. It's a really good play if their team has spawns, okay? Because what's going to happen is, if your team has spawns, so if we back off a little bit, so important, by the way, this is really important. Let's just take Pred, for example, here. The blue team is spawning here, right? It's pretty obvious because we saw 3 of them, okay? Pred takes out one, cool. Now he's pushing through and he's fighting the second. Now let's just say he kills Hook here. If for some reason Pred's team do not have spawns, if Pred's team are pushed out like this, for example, let's just say they're pushed out like this, Hook is going to spawn on the new hardpoint. So all Pred's done is given him a boost by killing him, okay? That's why sometimes when you're playing for kills, you need to look at the minimap and identify where your teammates are. So you need to come to your teammates, right? Do we have spawns blocked? Can I push out? Is it free? Now, let's assume Pred does have spawns, okay? And he pushes out. Let's say Pred gets his kill. This player here is going to spawn back here. So not only has he killed him, he's added another 10 seconds to his rotation, and that's when it's effective, okay? Because that player has to then push out. And not just that, but by the time that player pushes through, even if he pushes through the right, by the time he pushes through, Pred will spawn back here, and he will be able to have another gunfight with him before he gets to the hill. So it's really effective. So let's see if Pred spawns and decide if it was a good play or not. So we can see Pred spawns on the new hardpoint, so it was a good play. It was a great play, because it was a high risk, high reward. It wasn't even high risk, because it was, you know, his team had spawns. So he goes through, he was able to take out one, he was able to make Hook one shot. Now, although Hook won that gunfight, Pred wasn't really negatively affected, because guess what? He spawned on the hill. Well, however, if Pred won that gunfight, Hook could have spawned back here. So very, very good play from Pred there to push out the map. And as I mentioned, they still have control, so not a problem at all. And in fact, it's such a good play he made. As you can see right now, Hook was still weak, because look at that, he gets the assist, okay? So Hook was still weak. Hook gets taken out by Dashi. So you can just see very impactful play there. Now he's going to watch the back of the hill. Let's see what can happen on this next hardpoint as he goes through, stuns the side here. When you're by yourself on the hill, you want to be using your equipment. Just what he's doing right now, he's using his equipment for information. You're probably not going to get much with that. Most of the time, what it does is it just gives you a bit of peace of mind, right? You stun the left, you've naded the right, you know that they can't push you, and you're just trying to soak up as much time as possible. When you're playing the hill like this, it's very difficult to play your life because they're coming from all the angles. You see right there, you're basically throwing your life there, and you have to be okay with that. But before you die, you want to chuck your equipment, because if you're going to die anyways, what's the point dying with a stun and nade in your hand? You rather use that stun, use that nade, get some equipment out there. just to make your job a little bit easier and help your teammates. Goes through again, one stun, one nade, spots one in the distance, going to back off. And right now with the game being so close, it's all about that P3 rotation. You want to make sure you're holding spawns for P3, and right now that's exactly what's happening. They're holding spawns for P3. They're going to go forward. He takes out one middle, huge kill. There's another guy in front of him. Fantastic play from Pred. He gets a 2-piece, and it's all going to be about the spawns. Okay, so Illy's in the middle right there, and the other guy was on the hill. Pred's on 40. The guy is absolutely beaming, but as I said, he's not doing anything too crazy in terms of where he's going. He's just playing really fundamentally well, and he's winning a lot of his ones. So he goes forward, takes out another, you know, BZ gets 2, Dashy gets 1, and BZ gets 3. The last guy's there's 4 down. Okay, in this scenario, he's just going to watch over. There's 2 on the left street right now, so he's going to take his time and see what he can do. With 35 seconds left on the game clock, sorry, with 35 seconds left of the hill, what you want to do is you want to look at the game clock, okay? They only need 5 seconds left and they've got the lead. So what they're going to do, they're actually not going to get on the hard point. You're going to see they're not going to get on the hard point, and they're going to let the game clock go down. And what happens is that way you're going to get the win. So you see they have to push the hill. There you go. He gets the kill. 42 kills. Him and a BZ taking over the lobby. Fantastic play from Optic Pred. Of course, check out his actual video. The guy's an absolute beast. He's been up in the content since on... Is that English? He's been up in the content since joining Optic, so make sure to check out his original video. Hope you guys enjoy the breakdown. If you do, drop a like, and I'll catch you for another video tomorrow. Peace.